decisions. So if you're living in Alaska, it's totally wide open. It's like, do you want to have, like, the nature controls your life. Like, I don't want that environment. Nevada, I love Nevada, I love Arizona, but the people that have moved there in the last 3 years are people I don't want to live with. In Texas, same thing. The environment is ugly. It's not fun. It's not entertainment value. It's boring. It's a fucking joke. Tennessee, I've never been there. Florida, I've been many times.
All the times I've been propositioned by a hooker as a truck driver in Tennessee. Lebanon and Memphis is horrible. Memphis is an absolute, it's a Google gobble.
I want to avoid black people as much as possible.
Memphis is horrible, and also in Tennessee I've seen the only like.
Do you know if northern Florida has a lot of black people?
Yep. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, they're all black cities. Black.
Know where I can fucking go, man.
Black.
This country's
Butte, Montana is my secret hideout. I lied. Told the only two places I would think about: Butte, Montana, and it's a town in South Dakota called Hot Springs. Those are my two. I'm drunk. I spilled the beans. I told it I'd go to Butte or I'd go to Hot Springs, South Dakota.
What do you like about those places?
Their strategic location.
As far as
a place to hide out during the zombie apocalypse.
Is there things to do there?
I don't know, Denny. Nothing's open. It's all over with. The
Bozeman,
society
Montana,
is destroyed.
please.
Bozeman is there's too many crazy people with guns.
So, Ian Keller is my coal mine for the entire United States. Like, this guy has been everywhere that I want to.
I've been everywhere too. I've been to Butte. I used to go to Butte 3 times a week. Butte's awesome.
He had a job offer for I believe a suburb of Cheyenne, Wyoming, and he went there for, I'm assuming, a year.
Wyoming's I've been to Laramie. I've been to Cheyenne. Cheyenne's too close to Denver. It's too close.
He went there because it was all, on paper, Wyoming's perfect. And then he realized when he got there it was a redneck shithole.
Cheyenne sucks.
Northern Florida.
I've been the only thing in Cheyenne is a giant Lowe's
trailer park and fucking just retards and fucking dumb shits, and like everybody has a gun that's willing to fucking murder you over their sister saying you fucked her or whatever.
Laramie, Wyoming.
That's what I assume that whole region is. I'm sick of retards. Like, I want intelligent conversation, but I think I'm only gonna get that on the internet.
You should be a truck driver for a while, do over the road, and then get to see America, and then you'll understand what's up.
I've been in most places.
But the trucking thing is, you do it real slow and you go block to block. You go city to city. You see everything. I've been everywhere. All the places I think about, I've been to, and I've been there more than once, and I've spent the night there, like in a parking lot. You know what I mean?
You know what's a good example is that I've been to Las Vegas a lot, and you haven't, and it's like vice versa. Like, you name a town, me and you have been there, or they haven't been there. It's
my argument is that even when you went to Mexico, you didn't actually go to Mexico.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
so all the times that you say you've been to Las Vegas, I don't attribute that as you actually being in Las Vegas. I think that you were there with your mom, and you were doing all this stuff like
okay, you're not gonna understand.
I've been there in a truck by myself a couple of times. I've been there. I rented a car and went there, and I can see it. I can see it right away. Las Vegas there's nothing to it. it's a very basic environment. There's nothing to Las Vegas. There's no. It's not like it's not like some super duper place. It's just the position of Las Vegas, and it's because it's so close to Los Angeles, and it's such a cheap flight to get to Nevada.
What's the name of the bus company you work for that's on Hiawatha?
Jefferson.
Holy shit! I just had an idea. If you look at a Republican governor party map of the United States, Jefferson Line's entire driving map, for the most part, is in Republican states. And you said you can get a terminal in wherever.
No, they only hire out of. You have to work either out of Billings, Montana, or.
Yeah, you told me to go to Billings. It's like, why wouldn't you just go to Billings?
I don't know. It's cold there. If you like it's like fucking freezing.
Cold here. It's shit here.
Yeah.
Same shit, different politics.
You could drive the city bus in Billings too. They have a city bus. There's a big city there.
I mean, if everybody in the state of Montana is in Billings, and it's 100.
And they have a good airport. I rented a car when I picked up Michelle the first time. I used to go back and forth from Billings to Missoula, and then I would stay overnight in Billings, and then I would alternate every day. I would either stay overnight in Missoula or in Billings, and then on the way to those two towns, I would stop at Butte, and Butte was always the coolest drive up to the top of the town, and then it was the coolest, like it's kind of like this pothead, like cool town, you know, like cool Montana.
Okay, my life is that I've always wanted to be a recreational star, and I've never been able to.
people we need to get rid of are the loser welfare. You know, these people that you see.
Democrats favor
For-
unprotected non-whites.
40, 50-year-old black guy in an electrical scooter that could easily get out of the scooter and go get a job, and he's got to bum around and wreck your bus route. You know, it's like you see all these. Whenever I see these black guys with the they show their VA card, like it's like this that, and you want to say to them like, sir, the free ride is for disabled veterans that have a service-connected problem. You're a disabled person that used to be in the army or that got kicked out of the army. You know, it's like that doesn't give you a free ride. You know, it's like it's like that doesn't mean you get a free ride. That means you got kicked out of the army because
Let's kick people off the bus for that.
you're too stupid to be able to. Oh, I forgot I have good beer. I have Smithwick's.
You know what I just forgot what the fuck was I gonna say.
If I'm a fat guy by myself, if I eat this whole turkey, I mean that's gonna last me like a whole week, more than a week.
Oh, Pierre, what's your Thanksgiving situation like? When are you home or what?
Going to my stepmom's house, we're violating, we're disobeying the governor's orders.
Nice.
We're saying
Congrats.
we're not doing that shit. It's like we're not gonna listen to this shit. We're gonna bring in
I told you
4
the other
bottles
day.
of wine and a bunch of shrimp, and it's like we're having Thanksgiving. We don't listen to the government every single I'll go up north and where, you know, it's like, and I'll meet all maybe her family or maybe Matt's family. I know they live next door, but like that's that town where everyone they live together in the same town. So it's like,
I'm trying.
and the guy's a firefighter, you know, like her husband is like a firefighter guy. So it's like
I have the same thing.
these
Like
guys
my grand uncle, grand step uncle, whatever the fuck. He's a former firefighter. Like I haven't seen shit.
You're not putting up with this lockdown.
I'm purely not going to their house, not to their face because they're leftists. They're fucking pro walls, everything, all this bullshit. Like I'm just like I'm on the reward you people.
Well, but if they were pro-leftist, they wouldn't let you come to their house.
That's what when I texted her out of cordiality, like hey, sorry, I'm not gonna be able to come for Thanksgiving. Hopefully that's not a big deal. Like hopefully it's alright. She's like, oh yeah, thanks for letting me know. We weren't inviting people anyway. Like we're not gonna have it this year, and we can drop off food if you want.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy it.
Yeah, so it's not like you told her you weren't coming. They basically told you that they weren't having a thing.
So I'm like, okay, well, you can all fuck off. I've loved you to death my whole life, and I understand what's going on. And this is all, you know, Michael Malice, you know, like, let's just separate, like, let's have a divorce. Yeah?
Yep.
So,
And that
it's
is
like
what
separation.
that's what this stuff does. That it kills families. They know that.
I understand that.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten an email or a text message from this.
Family members, you should have been murdered by now. You're supposed to be ended by now.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be done.
You're done.
But what I thought was at some point this week my stepmom would be like, oh Al, sorry to say this, but we're not
You
doing
can't have
our
gotten a check from your estate by now.
Yeah.
That's constantly being done.
yeah, they're gonna get. I'm waiting on
It's all
that.
going to your
Yeah.
sister Maxie, who is a fucking degenerate addict.
That's my
whatever.
joke. Yeah, that's like I was like
They
waiting
can't
on
even
those.
figure out
Did anyone find those Swiss bank account numbers? We're looking for them.
She could have been a lawyer, but she's a retard, and that's down the drain. So okay.
Oh, she's really ghosting me now. She will not return a text
That's an
message.
value. That's what I'm telling you, dude. Like you should relish and just enjoy just have a good time.
I hate to say this.
Entire life.
This is my like 5th beer since I've been talking to you.
Leftist failure in
But
your own
yeah,
life.
I can't
It's
resist
great.
it. I wanted to just pack up and leave. I wanted to
She's
just.
gonna bring you the Nazis.
I wanted to leave town, but I want to stay and watch everyone else die first.
Yeah, you have resources they don't.
I could sit here, even if I quit my job today, I could sit here for 3
You
years.
could live there for
Yep,
3 years.
yep.
You could be a non-welfare.
And that's saying that I can't, that I won't do whatever I have to do. You know, I drove school bus for 4 years.
You could literally.
I will
I'm not
do
being-
whatever I have to do to survive. I will do whatever I have to do to survive. I am not
I'm not
a.
being facetious. Like in this post-apocalyptic America, you can sit on that perch in the front of your apartment and sit there with your rifle and shoot whatever walks by and take the shit and be okay for 3 years.
I don't know about that.
I'm saying I know about that. I'm just saying, like, a hunter goes to a deer stand to take shit. You could go to that front porch, second level, and just, be a human hunter. I mean, they've been terrorizing.
Why would you do that in front of your house? Like, that's retarded.
No, I'm saying that the city of Minneapolis, the Democrats of the state of Minnesota, the blacks of your working neighborhoods, and all the parasites in your general vicinity have taken so much from you in tax revenue, and energy levels, and desire to live, that I think it's reasonable to sit on that front step with a lawn chair and a beer and a rifle and just, you're a hunter.
No way.
Fuck
You're,
them.
if I had a house, maybe I would, but
Fuck them.
not a condo.
You're in the exact environment.
I'd much rather sit in the backyard in the and smoke a joint at the pool in my own condo. You know what I mean? When they legalize weed, I'll do that.
Like, you told me that your entire condo situation is full of sheep. You could just do whatever you want. Why wouldn't you? If you're waiting for China to knock on your door and make plain that they're your superiors, until then, post-collapse.
Yeah, but why do you gotta?
just
I don't
whatever you
understand this idea that you have to sit on your front porch with a rifle. What for?
Entertainment value.
Like, what's wrong with just sitting there with your dick in your hand, or with something? And you know nobody's gonna do anything if you just sit there and jack off right in the street. What did you send me that, or did I see it somewhere? Like there was like a Twitter thing where it's like some guy just literally jerked off to completion in the middle of this, in front of my house, you know? Like, he just, like, standing in the street jerking off.
Are you fucking not like the whole get I'm trying to fucking emphasize this, you know?
Just,
Trying
put your dick away, sir. Put your dick away. Put your dick away.
Fucked you over for years, and you have the resources, you have the technology, you have the attitude, and the prosperity, and the
I'm not gonna.
propensity to
I'm not gonna
do
give
what
it
you
all
need to
up
do.
for no reason, like right away. Everyone else is
I
like,
just told you 15 reasons.
what do you mean?
They fucked you over. Every time you get a paycheck, there's $15,000 missing. I mean, look at your paycheck. See how much money's gone. It's not there. That's money's gone to Googlers that walk in front of your house and ride the bus. Fucked up.
Yeah, but I don't live in Europe, you know. It's like if I lived in Europe, it'd be like,
Like, at what point are people going to wake up and realize that, like, if they had to pay money into the state and the federal and the city to what they have been paying in a paycheck for their whole lives, their whole working lives, that they would lose their shit and say, I want my fucking money. Fuck you. You've been raping me for decades. I'm willing to murder some fuckers to get my money. Fuck you. And I mean, I've heard Dave Ramsey say this exact fucking sentiment. He's like, if it wasn't income tax, if it was, I had to go to the business, or I had to go to the state every 2 weeks and send them a check and whatever, like, this country would be 100% different.
You're right. If they didn't just take it out of your
We
check,
accept this dominion over our lives of theft and parasitism, fucking disease.
that's
They
why
don't need
these
to fucking
countries,
take our country back.
that's why Colombia and Europe and all those countries, they have like a
South
20%.
America relies on people sitting on their asses.
No, they have a 20% sales tax, because if they didn't do that, there'd be no taxes at all, because no one pays anything to
You
the
know
government.
what really grinds my gears, and I'm trying to promulgate this fucking idea, is that there was a article that I saw yesterday where the Biden campaign, through handlers, paid the Pennsylvania mafia to print, and I've seen Chinese people do the same exact thing, where they paid these handlers to produce Biden ballots with no downvote at $10 a ballot, at, you know, wherever they're getting these monies from, you know, laundered monies through whatever the fuck, DNC, Hillary Clinton, speech writing, fucking whatever. It's all bullshit. It's all a theft. It's all a graft. It's all a plague on this society. And I'm not saying Republicans are good. I'm just saying there should be a revolution for liberty. And trying to control all they want, we're going to murder them until they kill us. And, you know, if you don't want to be on that side, fine. Whatever. Be a traitor and you're survival of the fittest, fine. Whatever. I don't, you know, just don't murder me particularly. If you do that, I'm going to haunt you for the rest of my afterlife. Period. But, and you're all in your fucking ghost energy fucking bullshit. I will haunt you forever. Do that shit.
He'll haunt me.
That's all I have to say.
Well, if I kill you,
Yeah, if you murder me, or
if I don't fight the Chinese communists with you,
if you affect my demise in any way, shape, or form, yeah, I'll haunt you until your afterlife, and then I'll fuck with you in your afterlife, and I'll put in a bad word. Be a shitty fucking ghost.
because you have, you've been a better person than me. You're a better guy than me.
I don't give a shit about that. I was just like, I'll put my energy into it. I'll just be like, I'll just fucking
One like the Chucky, like the one last thing you want to do.
I will
Oh,
inhabit
then have it, Chucky.
nearby inanimate objects and wiggle them just to fuck with you.
My dad's been doing that for weeks. He's so pathetically weak. And I laugh at him. I'm like, ha ha ha, ha, you fucker.
Yeah.
That's all you got, bitch.
I wish that was more
Bitch.
but I wish like let's erase this, or let's put a bookmark in this. Let's put a bookmark in this conversation. Like,
Come at me, bro. That's all I can say. Come at me, bro. Bring it. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got, spirit wizard. Yeah, right.
Like I am a believer in like a fifth dimension, let's say, where I've been visited by spirits multiple times at this level, and I understand that I am annoyed at the fact that people that I know don't communicate with each other on how they're going to interact with each other post-death. And you're the first person I've ever talked to right now where I've been like, yeah, after I die, if you fuck with me, I'm gonna ruin your life.
That's all you got. And you think that the evil, like the Illuminati elite, they sit there and they go like, oh yeah, right. We'll be waiting
Most
for
of the
you.
people that are fucking over are normies that don't understand what the fuck is happening, and they'll just be affected, non-directed spirits in afterlife will just go into the ether of the waves of the spiritual ocean.
How many millions and billions of people have died from starvation or have like all the Afghanistan,
Consider all of those people to be
all the Iraqis
part of the society that I just mentioned. Like, most people that have ever died are in that society of death spirits where they are not conscious.
You're saying every single person,
Conscious spirits.
every single Muslim guy that the United States has murdered over the past few decades is going to be like not spiritual?
Their own spiritual realm of post-life in a fifth dimension.
I think we're like that. Did you watch?
That has everything they ever wanted post-death, and they're in like a little version of their own heaven that exists purely within their own system of belief.
Have you ever watched True Blood, the HBO show?
Yeah, I did. It was really annoying. I fucking hated it. It was annoying.
I don't know.
Matthew McConaughey is a fucking. I couldn't stand it. Fuck that guy.
But there's a episode. I forget what season or what episode or whatever. But there's like the.
I mean, that was the biggest point I've made in the last 3 months. What's your comment on that? That there's a fifth dimension post-life independent of others, reality.
Well, some people are more powerful than others, and their power is they can extend their consciousness into the next life. I don't believe you're one of those people. I don't believe you. I don't believe everyone. I think that your level of self-discipline and ability to control your conscious mind is far less than some of these people that live in caves in Afghanistan, and these guys that have been killed in Afghanistan. They're far more dangerous spiritually than anyone wants to acknowledge. And they're probably the reason the United States is collapsing, because the United States is responsible for killing too many powerful wizards. We've killed too many powerful people, and their spirits are coming back to haunt us.
I can see that
The American spiritual power, the American spiritual body is completely devoid of all power. The average American has no belief. They don't even believe in God. They have no spiritual beliefs or power whatsoever.
I can empathize with that in a moral deficit of the American peoples to the Muslim peoples that have died in these wars. And like, great example, like I was plugging in at Haywood, and I heard happenstance by another driver talking with dispatcher. They're both Muslim, and the driver brought up something. I heard Yemen. You hear what's going on in Yemen? It's so shitty. It's so bad over there. Have you heard about it? And I wanted to talk to him, and I wanted to be like, hey man, I understand what you're saying. I understand the level of human suffering that's gone over there, but I've never seen this guy before in my life. I've never talked to either of them. I have no interest in understanding what the fuck they have to say in real life. Like, okay, sure, whatever. But I hear what you're saying. It's like in the afterlife, air quotes, this whole, we're Americans, we're Muslims, we're Chinese, or whatever. It's like, it's a whole entire different fucking thing that nobody alive understands. And then if anybody claims to understand it, imams, prophets, you name it, whatever, preachers, they're grifters and thieves and charlatans. That's not what I'm talking about. But I understand what you're saying.
because if the argument was that people that were spiritually advanced could defeat their oppressors from the afterlife, then